Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday. So in this video we're going to estimate how disastrous Q2 2022 of Tesla has been. It's going to be a very nerdy geeky video, but it's going to be worth it for Tesla investors. And then we're going to see where the stock price is going to go from here, or where the stock is going to go from here. As you know, I'm a new Tesla stockholder. I bought last week $30,000 worth of Tesla stock and it has treated me very well. I believe I'm like 10% up on the position already, but I'm not sure that we're out of the water yet. You have to stay and wait until you see this in the end of the video. So there's a few rules. It took me a lot of time and a lot of nerding to get to these numbers. So it's only for Tesla nerds, only for Tesla investor nerds. If you're not a Tesla nerd, click away from the video. And if you watch the video to the end, you have to subscribe to the channel because I put so much work into this. So thanks for understanding. Give the video a like. And if you want to go further and support the channel, check out the first link in the description box below, which goes to our Patreon, where you can support the channel for $5 a month and actually get access to this table and all the valuations that we use on this channel. And you get direct access to me and you get access to my eternal gratitude, whatever that's worth. So let's get into the video. So I wanted to keep this very, very simple. So before you get your pitchforks out, I just want to tell you how I came to these numbers. So I downloaded the Tesla investor release. Let me show you. So here it is. So this is the Q1 update that Tesla sent to all shareholders, and it has a bunch of data in it, and it has their P&L here, and I couldn't find a way how to turn it into Excel, so I had to manually do it. It was bad. I was wasting my time, but I just wanted to show you, this is the source of the information. So again, I wanted to keep it super, super simple. So I looked at the deliveries and I purposely hid Q2 from you. So this is Q1 2021, Q2, Q3. Let me make this bigger because otherwise people are going to complain. So here we go. Okay, let me make my face smaller. So here we go. So we took the Model S and X 3 and Y deliveries, and we have the total automotive revenue here. Now, again, I wanted to keep it really simple. I don't know how to calculate with, how much of the car goes to leasing. So I just said, okay, what was the total deliveries? And I divided the total automotive revenue by the deliveries. So with that, I got the average sales price per delivery. And as you can see, that number is increasing. And because we know the Q2 numbers, I was able to estimate how much revenue they would be getting. And then there is a few factors. We know that the Shanghai factory was down. So I try to keep the cost the same. And that might be an underestimation because we don't know if they had to still pay the Shanghai people. We don't know what cost the factories had. And we know that they have two factories that, according to Elon Musk, are basically money furnaces. So I kept the cost the same because, one factory was not producing, but you have two factories ramping. Again, trying to keep it simple. This might be completely off. And then I added in the loss that they have from Bitcoin, which is, again, a simple estimation. And then I counted it back to what earnings per share this would mean. And then I have some very fancy calculations for the stock price. So let me show you where I got with this one. So here we go. Here's my official Q2 2022 estimates. So we know that they delivered 254,000 cars. As I said, I guesstimated that it was probably a sales price of 54,300, and that would mean a total automotive revenue of 14 billion or maybe 30 million. Anyways, it's an estimation. I think it was this row that I edited. And then that was that row. And then I estimated the regulatory credits. Again, I have no clue. It might be wrong, might be inaccurate. These might be the ramblings of a madman. So I was guesstimating they will have 400 million in regulatory credits. No clue how to calculate with the leasing. I got a total revenue of 16,810,000,000. And then we look at the cost of revenues. And then I try to keep things the same, but also reflect that the factor was down. And then I came to a gross profit of 3.4 billion. That is a 2 billion gross profit less than in Q1. And it's the same. It's less than what they had in Q3 2021, and more than they had in Q2. So it's still an increase. Gross profit still increased year over year, if my calculations are correct. Then we have the operating expenses. I guess, I have no clue. I'm not that good at accounting, but I'm pretty sure this is where they would add in the Bitcoin loss. So their profit before interest would be 1,093,000,000. So that's pretty bad. That, to find lower than that, you have to go way back to Q1 2021. It will be a drop compared to Q2. It's a first drop in a very, very long time for Tesla. So that's not going to look on paper. And then these are, adding in interest and income taxes. And then here is the interesting part. So the total net income that can be used to calculate the EPS, I got to just over $1 billion. And if you add in how many shares they have here, I even calculated with 2% per quarter dilution here, which has been the trend that they're following, which is a lot of dilution, by the way, more than Palantir. I got an earnings per share of 95 cents. Here's the very interesting part. If you would annualize this, that would be an earnings per share of 3.81. And with the stock price being at $752, so this is the fully diluted shares, and this is the current shares that have been issued. So this is like after all the employee stock options and, everybody has, exercised all their options, including Musk. So I think this is a better number to look at. So this would imply a P of 221, which is way too high, right? But nobody in their right mind is going to value Tesla because of this quarter, because they just had too many one-offs, right? So I looked at the trailing 12 months. So that is just taking the last 4 quarters and adding them together. And that would imply a PE of 93 or 104 with the fully diluted shares. So still very, very high. So I was thinking, okay, but the stock does not have any more bad news coming. So all the good news are in the rear view mirror. And now they're going to ramp up their factories. They're going to have the Tesla bot demo day. FSD is coming out. These are all very positive things. So I did an estimate for the year, which is a very, very basic estimate of what the P might look like at the end of the year. So Q1, this is known, 3.1. Q2 is my estimate. And then obviously I'm guessing that they will, ramp back to production and they will have similar numbers as in Q1, but with an increased production. So probably an even better number. I want to look back at this after their conference call. But with this, I got an EPS of $12.15, which at the current stock price is 61 PE. So now if we're looking at how much the EPS has been growing, this is a crazy low price for the stock. It's very undervalued. And I actually should have done one for the next financial year, because that would even be crazier, because then you don't have this free quarter and then they're still increasing the production. They might have more of FSD being calculated. So the PE might be in the, 30s, 40s with the EPS growing. I mean, look at this. You have the Q1 2021 EPS and you have the Q1 2022 EPS. It's like, I'm just going to do the math. I don't want to blurt out a stupid number. It's a 7x, 700% increase in EPS. So if we go on Peter Lynch's PAG ratio, meaning the PE to growth ratio, Tesla could have a 700 PE and still look cheap. I mean, obviously everybody knows that this rate is not sustainable, but their EPS is growing way faster than their vehicle deliveries. And I don't think that people are thinking with this. So we can see based on these calculations that Tesla stock is very, very reasonably priced at the current level. However, there is macro. And we don't know what the F is going to happen in macro. We don't know if we're going to hit a recession. All I know is if the price continues dropping, I'm going to look at every and all possible ways how to raise money and invest more into Tesla, because it's just an amazing company. So let me know, guys, what you think. Again, if you watched up to here, congratulations, you're officially a Tesla nerd, and you have to subscribe to the channel. And let me know in the comments what you think. Are my estimates way off? What are your estimates? And I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.